That's why I want to take a minute and kind of talk about it. So we are an e-commerce platform focused on bringing the small business Indian economy online, right? And why is that important? Because 85% of overall retail in India is unorganized, unstructured, and driven via small businesses. Whereas everything that we saw in e-commerce before us was focused on brands, on organized commerce, right? So this had to come up, like at some point in time. We are building that e-commerce platform for Bharat, like for the next billion consumers, and on the other side, really enabling the smallest of businesses in India to come online and become successful, right? Over the last 12 months, we have had more than 100 million people in India transact with us. Number of people who are on the platform is even more. And on the other side, we have close to 1 million small businesses who are selling their products across the platform. So it's quite significant in that sense. And we really believe that this is the thing that India needs if we really want to kind of maintain the growth rates we want over the next decade. Like small businesses have to participate in that growth story. Now coming to some of the reports that you talked about. As a business, if you look at in 2021, we raised more, like close to $1 billion in just 2021, right? We have already raised a lot of money that we don't need for maybe a few years. If we don't raise money, it's okay, right? At this point in time, we have a very, very strong balance sheet. And what we are focused now, because of everything that has changed in the market, the expectations from investors, unlike 2021 was purely about growth, right? Because public markets were also rewarding growth. Private markets were also rewarding growth. So the only thing that matters was that. And now I think that has changed. Like now our focus is how do we start to grow much more profitably. Like we have taken like profitability goals not very far away in the next 12 months, and we are very, very confident that we'll get there. I think it's just that
feeling more pressure now to deliver profits than in the past. Are you seeing the gauge of determining the viability turning from just projections on an Excel sheet to actual path to revenue and when that starts coming in?
So I don't think, let me say this, the objective has changed. Like things that you were projecting earlier was a lot more around, hey, what is the kind of top line you want? Now the goal is top line and bottom line. I think that's the only thing that has changed. So the objective has changed, but I don't think there's anything fundamentally changing apart from that. Like
which is a big change.
Yeah,
it's not just a small change, it's a whole different lens.
As Ritesh was saying, like you have to grow, so you have a phase of growth and then you have a phase of fix. Yeah. Then you have a phase of growth, then you have a phase of fix. You have to do it. Because if you do it too late, then the cut that you have to do to go back is much harder. Like if you ask me, it's a good thing to happen. Like the entire ecosystem will become a lot more disciplined, will focus on the right things. Like you can't have a phase of 5 years when you just focus on growth and then ask that person to make profits tomorrow. You can't do it. So if you ask me, it's a very, very good thing for the ecosystem. And you're right, like I know a lot of my friends, like everyone in the ecosystem, I think we have had to make some hard choices. It's not easy for anyone, but these are the right things to do and people are making it happen. It's tough now, but I think 6 months down the line, all of us will realize that it was a great thing for the ecosystem.